For generations, the American dream looked exactly like this: a quiet suburban house with a yard. It's the most reliable way to build lasting wealth. But we need to be honest about the math in 2026. This diagram shows a typical household's monthly income block today. With interest rates around 6.5%, buying a median-priced home means your mortgage will eat up 40% of that available space. For many, the front door to that specific dream is currently stuck. But property ownership extends far beyond the single-family house. Real estate also includes massive industrial fulfillment centers that ship your packages, temperature-controlled data centers that power the internet, and sprawling medical facilities. These properties generate immense amounts of money every single day. To build wealth in today's market, you must look at property as more than a place to live. You need to understand the mechanical components of how buildings actually generate money. Let us ask a simple math question. If you buy a stock that goes up 5% and you buy a rental property that goes up 5%, why does the property leave you so much further ahead? This diagram shows why. While stocks rely on their price going up, real estate produces returns in 4 ways at once. The first layer is cash flow. This is the simple profit left in your pocket each month after the rent pays for all expenses. The second layer is appreciation. Historically, physical property becomes more valuable over time, meaning the building itself is worth more while you hold it. The third layer is mortgage paydown. You have a bank loan on the building, but you aren't the one paying it off. Your tenant's rent pays down your debt every single month, building your equity. Finally, the fourth layer is tax benefits. The government legally allows owners to shelter their income through deductions like depreciation, which accounts for the building's wear and tear over time. When you stack all 4 of these returns together, you see how property creates wealth through multiple streams simultaneously, and you can buy into the system today with very little starting capital. Let's start on the very first step of the staircase: real estate investment trusts, or REITs. Think of a REIT like a mutual fund, but instead of grouping together tech companies, a REIT pools investor money to buy physical, income-producing properties like apartment complexes or shopping malls. This diagram shows their greatest advantage. Rental income flows from the tenants into the commercial building. By law, a REIT is required to pass at least 90% of that taxable income straight to its shareholders. You can buy them through any standard brokerage app right now, often for as little as $1 for a fractional share. REITs remove the hardest parts of real estate. You don't need a mortgage, and you don't have to handle maintenance calls. You simply collect rent checks through your brokerage account. The second step up the staircase is real estate crowdfunding. You pool your money into specific commercial deals, but unlike REITs, you can't just hit a button and sell your shares whenever you want. Your money is often tied up for 5 to 7 years. Level 3 moves into direct ownership through a strategy called house hacking. Take a look at this standard duplex. It's one building split into 2 separate units. This balance sheet breaks down the acquisition. Normally, an investor needs 20% down, but because you are going to live in one half of this duplex, you qualify for a government-backed FHA loan. On a $350,000 property, your down payment is just 3.5%, about $12,000. You move into Unit A. Your tenant in Unit B pays $1,800 in rent. Your total monthly mortgage is $2,400. But after the rent check comes in, your personal housing cost drops to just $600. House hacking transforms your largest monthly expense, your rent, into an asset that someone else is paying off for you. Once you're ready to scale, you reach step 4, the BRRRR method. This is how investors build large portfolios without needing to save up a fresh down payment for every new house. BRRRR stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. You buy a run-down property at a discount. Then you renovate it. By fixing it up, you increase the property's value significantly more than what the repairs actually cost. This flowchart shows how you get your cash back. Once the property is rented, you go to the bank for a new loan based on that higher fixed-up value. Because the home is now worth much more, the bank allows you to pull your entire original investment back out in cash. Finally, you use that same money to fund the next property. This process allows you to build a portfolio of 5 or 10 houses using the same pool of savings you used for the very first one. We have to navigate the 2026 reality. High property prices mean old rules of thumb, like expecting the monthly rent to equal 1% of the purchase price, are almost impossible to find in major coastal cities. If you want to own property directly today, the best opportunities are in growing regional hubs in the Midwest or Southeast, cities like Indianapolis or Charlotte, where prices are lower and rent still covers the mortgage. But remember, whether you are buying a tiny slice of an industrial warehouse through an app or renovating a duplex in the Midwest, the underlying engine is the same: cash flow, appreciation, mortgage paydown, and tax benefits. The barrier to entry for real estate is often just an information gap. To start building wealth today, the only requirement is $1 and taking the first step.